my friends,
Welcome.
to another episode of The Kindness Project. I am joined by a girl whose favourite phrase at the minute is "Stop eating crackers." We've all gone live and loud. I am joined by a girl who's I haven't started the.
We don't want that to happen again.
Let me start again. Welcome, my friends, to the Kindness Project. I am joined by a girl whose favourite phrase at the minute is "Stop eating crackers." It's Sophie Dames. And what was that?
Hello.
And I'm also joined by a girl who is quite royally rocking her Sanders School hoodie.
Yes.
It's Charlotte. Have you two got intros? Have you planned or prepared or?
We're joined by a man who seems to think he is quizmaster extraordinaire. It's Chris Dames.
Trivial Pursuit champion 2020. Trivial Pursuit.
Sure, mate.
Actually, the game of Trivial Pursuit we had descended into absolute chaos.
We did, yes, and then
because
we ended
up shelving it, didn't we? And started singing
shelving
instead.
it and singing Bohemian Rhapsody in the kitchen.
Yeah, that is true. But so that was all good. So, a few things that I want to talk about today. Firstly, how are we finding our eating habits in lockdown? Because mine have gone mad.
I haven't eaten so little in ages.
Really?
I've been avoiding snacking because I didn't want to eat too much, and now I've just been 3 meals a day. My lunch is smaller than it is usually.
I don't think I've seen Sophie leave the kitchen apart from when she's been on this
I've been
podcast.
camping out in the kitchen. I just haven't been eating.
Yeah.
Been drinking loads.
So I'm finding that I need to get used to the new normal, and part of that is just being able to ignore the biscuit tin because I'm rubbish at that.
Oh, there's bourbons and custard creams in there now.
Oh no! Don't say that. Please, how has your eating habits changed, Soph?
I'm starving!
She's
You're
always
not starving.
hungry!
You're not starving. What you are is a little bit more bored than you normally have, which hopefully will change when you're on the podcast.
Hey guys, I now know loads about something. Well, I wouldn't say loads. I still need to recover all the topics, but I have been through the entirety of GCSE sociology.
Get it?
Hey. So
I don't know why you're looking over there. The camera's there.
The camera's there, the mic's there. That's our spare screen. That's our spare screen where I've been waving to people. So if you're getting a wave, it's just me casually clicking every time it says to wave at someone.
Morning, Justine. Morning, Robbie. Morning, Sarah. Morning, Mike. Morning, Nick. Morning, Roberta. Morning, Greg. Thanks for tuning in. Morning, Trev. Thanks for tuning into the show. We appreciate it. Sophie, can you just share what it says in your t-shirt? Why did you do it like that loud? And can you give us just only about 2 minutes on why unicorns are so awesome?
Because they just are, you know?
Sorry, I didn't ask you. Why are unicorns awesome?
I don't know.
He doesn't even know about, other magical horse creatures.
What do you mean?
I'm sure you don't know about half the magical horse creatures I knew. I love magical horse.
Yeah, you know what? As
Pegasus, alicorns.
As useless information goes, mythical horse creatures have not been top of my list.
You know, there's such a thing. It's kind of like a sea cow, but it's a mythical creature called. I'm pretty sure it's called a hippocampi. But they're like sea cows.
Hippocampus is part of the brain, isn't it?
I'm pretty sure a hippocampi is a magical sea cow.
I just thought a hippocampi was a hippopotamus. I just went, no. Anyway, a camp hippo.
Underwater cow.
You know what, as well? Did you know that hippos are one of the most dangerous animals to roam the earth?
They eat more people than sharks.
Yeah, you're more likely to
They
get
do.
eaten by a hippo
Sharks
than a
eat
shark.
50 and
50
people.
50 people a year.
At least.
Right, at least.
And
right, sorry, you're doing a Donald Trump thing where you just make up facts now.
We all have bad days.
Right, so 50 people, and how many do hippos eat? At least 51. No, how many?
No.
100.
100.
No, but the statistics show you're more likely to get bitten by a dog than you are a shark.
That's probably true, but a shark bite's probably a bit more dangerous, isn't it?
Depends if the dog's got rabies or not.
True, yeah.
And whether the shark decides to eat you whole. They don't like the taste of human blood.
No, true. Any other animal facts you want to share? Is that a no? Okay, so what I'd like to know Morning Daddy, what I'd like to know... now, can I just talk about the fact that dude seems to be taking off?
Hey, my dudes!
You started talking about dudes yesterday, a phrase I haven't heard since 1984.
It's a Wednesday, my dudes!
and Trev is liking the word dude.
Yes,
so thanks for taking it on, Trev.
Dude!
But one thing I want to talk about. So I'm eating a lot more biscuits. Bit bored. Bit of a yawn there, live on the podcast. I'm eating a lot more biscuits. You're eating less.
I'm just watching the live playback and so yawning.
Oh, right, okay. And what are you eating? Just everything.
She'd consume the cupboards if she could.
You know, we were talking the other day about. I've realised I've had too much coffee this morning.
How many?
A lot.
How many?
I've just realised that Sophie. You know, we were talking about music for kids. And our favourite band for kids is They Might Be Giants.
Love They Might Be Giants.
I've realised who you are. E.
Huh?
You're E. So if you ever heard the song E Eats Everything,
He barely has an appetite and pokes his food too long.
Yeah.
B can barely bother because all the food is wrong.
It's amazing.
See?
It's amazing.
Eats only chocolate and candy,
So give that a listen. E Eats Everything is a bit of an amazing show. And I'd like to... amazing song. And I'd like to just mention today's question of the podcast.
Question of the podcast.
Which is... and we've had an amazing response on this one already. What's your favourite childhood memory?
Yes, we have an amazing response from this.
I don't have many.
You won't yet. You won't yet. And I don't know if they count as childhood memories whilst you're still in your childhood. What's your favourite childhood memory?
My favourite childhood memory. I have a terrible memory. Not a terrible memory. Wave. I also have a terrible time keeping focus. That isn't evidenced by the fact that every couple of seconds I go wave. But I still remember watching for the first time that video of me that's on YouTube. Oh God.
What one?
the fact that question has to be asked.
Because I used to love making little videos like that, didn't I? I've done it a lot. Huh?
Creepy baby Charlotte.
Scary baby.
Yeah. I actually used that video in part of a presentation in year 7 that I had to make on my 7 greatest memories, and I've forgotten them all, but I still have that PowerPoint somewhere.
Oh yeah, so you had to do a presentation on your 7 greatest memories.
And I was like, so let's talk about when I was tiny. And then the first thing that came to mind was scary baby video.
Oh yeah, scary baby. So what we'd like to know is hi Tracy, thanks for tuning in. What we'd like to know is what are your favourite childhood memories? And we've got some amazing ones to share. But before we start sharing other people's, the other thing that I wanted to do is talk about a live guest we've got on Friday.
Yes.
So we're taking tomorrow off. I'm actually going to be trying out Facebook Live on my business page, Savello.
Yes.
Are we sponsored by Savello? I suppose we are. No, we're not.
Do you pay us?
Not yet. But yeah, so I'm going to be trying out Facebook Live on my Savello page. So if you'd like some financially related tips and help and support if you're an employer or self-employed.
Savello pens.
And Savello pens.
Yeah,
is that,
we've got one right here.
We've got one Savello pen that is branded. So if you'd like that, we're going to be going live tomorrow.
He's like the
Remember
best
that time when I found an old Savello pen? It had blue and Savello on
I've got that now. That's mine now.
Is it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought that was mine.
No, it's mine now. It's been in my blazer for at least a month, so it's mine now.
Well, thanks for that new segment, Pen Talk. But yeah, so but what we're going to be doing is back on Friday with an amazing guest. So I got the chance to. Thanks for that question. Really good. I got the chance to speak to Ruth Hughes for the podcast a few months ago about resilience.
Yes.
And what we can do to protect our own mental health in times that are admittedly quite unusual. And Ruth agreed to come on the show on Friday and talk to us live about what
from the studio.
Live from the studio that is our dining room table. About what we can do to protect our own mental health in times that are still a bit weird. So she's going to be on Friday. And without further ado, thanks to Dave Forsdyke again, because he's delivered some amazing silver linings. And the first one is, without access to a hairdresser, people are cutting their own hair or asking for a family member to do it. Some of the outcomes are rather entertaining. Search lockdown haircuts. Right, now we've got to decide. Sophie, who are you going to let do your haircut? It's got to be one of us, me or Charlotte. You'd let a dog do a haircut before.
Dude hasn't even got opposable thumbs. How is he supposed to hold a pair of scissors?
Is he a dude as well?
Yes, it is.
Yeah. So who are you going to pick? Are you going to let Sophie?
No, I'll do it myself, thanks.
No. One of
No.
us.
I'm here. I can do my own hair.
How are you going to do the? How are you going to do like the back bit?
Sure.
You're not. You're just going to leave
I'm
that.
just going to take a razor
Sorry,
to my head.
Wait.
My
Bernie,
principal will go out.
she's going to be Bernie by the end of quarantine.
Bernie, go for a Bernie haircut. Just sideburns and nothing else. That's the way to do it. Can I go for a Bernie? Should I grow a Bernie while we're on lockdown? I don't know, maybe. So, any stories of disastrous lockdown haircuts would be amazing, but give that a Google. And communities are coming together both virtually via the internet and physically out on the streets, 2 metres apart, obviously, for a cuppa and a chat in order to show their support. Now, we've done that in our little cul-de-sac a couple of times, haven't we? So we've been out 2 metres apart from our slot, because we're all
Tangled up
together
in each
anyway.
other.
But yeah, we've done that to clap for the NHS, which again, amazing work that they're doing, and
I've been neglecting my ways.
And to say happy birthday, sing happy birthday to our neighbours, who were. Do you want to shout out to our neighbours?
Alex.
Yeah.
Charlie.
Yeah. Happy birthday, Alex and Charlie, for, when was it? Yesterday.
2 days ago.
2 days ago. So we were I wasn't out, I was having a nap. But these guys were out clapping and singing happy birthday, so thank you for doing that. And finally, I'm not the only one sharing silver linings during the coronavirus black cloud. There are so many heartwarming, entertaining and uplifting stories to be found. Simply search silver linings on Google and you will see what I mean. So we're going to try that today. Thank you, Dave, for all of those silver linings. Reasons to be grateful / silver linings. And what I want to do is give a bit of an insight into what Friday's question of the podcast is going to be. And have a little chat about that. Because I want to give people a bit of a heads up so they can start thinking about it now. And what I want to do is talk about old quiz shows, right? Because I think now we've got a bit more time on our hands, old quiz shows are going to make a bit of a resurgence. My favourite, Crystal Maze.
Yeah,
it's amazing.
Yes.
It's amazing.
Catchphrase.
Catchphrase. I mean, the Crystal Maze.
The Price is Right.
The Price is Right.
Higher or lower.
You know what my favourite one is on The Price is Right? Do you know the one with the mountain? And
yeah.
they go, and then they've got to make sure the guy doesn't
go
fall
over
off
the
mountain
mountain.
at the top. That is amazing. And
or the giant wheel at the end, and they have to hit 100. And I saw one guy and he hit 5.
Yeah.
And then gave up.
5. What? Just remind me of that one. Is it 5 and then you get to go again? But if you go over...
Yeah.
Why would you stop at 5? I don't know. So, what's your... for Friday's question of the podcast, what is the... Sorry, are you a bit bored? Live on a Facebook feed. So, yeah, what's your favourite quiz show?
I don't know.
What's your favourite quiz show?
I don't think she watches that many quiz shows.
No. Clearly the best current one is Richard Osman's How's the Game.
Yes.
There's just no question.
Except you can't go on that as a member of the public, which is...
So we'd like to know what your favourite quiz show is. So send us it in on the live feed. Blockbusters. Tracy's just said Blockbusters, and absolutely right. Do you know what Blockbusters is?
No.
You've got to get a bit... They brought it back with Dara Breen. Dara Breen's been doing it more recently.
Oh, I think I know what you're talking about.
And yeah, so...
What's that one with the shopping place and the people with the trolleys, and at the end they got to follow the clues to get the...
Supermarket sweep.
Yes!
You've got to go wild in the aisle. You know what, right? I don't know why. Maybe it's just me. But Ryland seems to be presenting everything at the minute.
He does,
right?
yeah.
And he presents the new supermarket sweep.
He does, yeah.
So
I still like the old one.
and I remember last year on my birthday, I went to the gym on my birthday. And last year on my birthday, I was walking. No, I did park run, and then I was going to the gym. And on the way to the gym, I saw somebody I know, and I said, "What are you up to today?" They went, "I'm going to go to see Supermarket Sweep live." Now, I'd like to go wild in the aisles live, wouldn't you?
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, and Dawn Kirk said countdown.
I've heard that Charlotte has the
I do. I have that saved on my phone.
countdown. She has the countdown.
Tell me it's your alarm.
No.
I
I have a playlist of revision songs, and because in media we had a set product of the IT crowd, the episode of the IT crowd we were doing had a countdown reference.
Right.
So I was like, right, that's got to go on my playlist.
Right.
And when I'm doing a question and the time's up, it just kind of goes.
Yeah, love it. Do you just tend to work a bit faster when they're
Yeah!
like?
Oh my God.
Right. Okay. So, do you want to do the end,
Okay.
dudes?
Dudes, it's the time. It's the end of another podcast.
And morning, Desmond. Thanks for joining us on this live show. We really appreciate it. And we had loads of comments. We had 31 comments from people who were sharing good memories of their past. So, what's your favourite childhood memory? Amanda Smith said, "Should we? Right, I'll let you say whether we start on either Twitter or Facebook. What you're going to start with? So,
your Twitter profile.
Twitter.
Your Twitter profile picture is very nice.
Oh, thank you. I can't even see what it is. Twitter. The ones we had from Twitter. Firstly, from Catherine Knowles was family holidays, sunshine, and splashing in a pool. David Penny is my favourite childhood memory was leaving the house. I remember that. That used to happen.
Should have taken advantage of it when I had the chance.
And then on Facebook, Amanda Speed said going down to on the boat to Malden every weekend and going out sailing. Kevin Hull said holidays in the West Country and holiday camps. Sarah Robinson said going down the Roman Road Market. Love that. In Bow on a Saturday with my friend to get pie and mash. It was only 50p with a drink. We're not going to say how long that was ago, Sarah, because that'd be rude. Alison Hagan said, first time I was on stage, Kenneth Moore Theatre, which is in Ilford, age 3, and my passion started there. Padraig Floyd said, Norfolk holiday 2 years ago. Sarah Sutherland said, going to Walton on the Naze. We love a bit of Walton on the Naze, don't we? So part of our annual tradition.
It rhymes with your favourite sauce.
Mayonnaise. Maybe we should start a new piece of Cockney rhyming slang that's just walking on the nays.
Mayonnaise.
But walking on the nays, what we do every year, normally for my birthday, is get a beach hut. Let's stay optimistic. Get a beach hut on walking on the nays and just spend the time on the beach.
Maybe
I love
not
that.
this year.
Hopefully this year.
We should make our own beach hut.
In the
house.
garden. Yeah, we could do that.
I was thinking about staying inside.
So Sarah Sutherland said, going to walk on the nays on the way back from the beach, getting strawberries from the greengrocers that were as big as the palm of your hands, eating the caravan with ice cream. You know what I love? Donuts. Nothing to do with the story. Donuts from walking on the nays, straight off the machine.
Yeah, and you can see them
covered in
tumble
sugar.
down. Yeah.
Amazing. Mike Christie said, the big red van that used to come round at Christmas with the big man himself sat amongst presents at snow, music blaring, and the smell of Christmas. Lindsay Thompson said, staying with my nan and granddad during the 6-week school holidays. Desmond Barker said, a family trip to Ilfracombe, Devon in 1982 and out and playing with friends from school. Mark's not being stuck indoors, Mark Newman. Daniel Sewell said, eating marmalade sandwiches at the back of my nan and granddad's car. Sorry, I didn't realise you were Paddington, Danielle. What's going on with marmalade sandwiches? I don't know anybody.
Have you ever sat in the boot of a car? It's so much fun.
But I don't know anybody who's eaten a marmalade sandwich in real life. Have you? Have you ever had a marmalade?
I have.
Sorry, am I missing out on something quite special here?
Yeah.
A marmalade sandwich is good.
Yeah.
I apologise, Danielle.
I quite like a good lemon curd.
Once, when we had a cake competition in the school, Mummy put marmalade in between the 2 cakes.
Yeah, I remember that.
Oh, marmalade cake! I like the sound of that.
The Christmas cake.
So I think I definitely need to get a bit of marmalade sandwiches in my life. Nan used to encourage me to eat because I hated eating breakfast with a puppet hedgehog, which I still have and love.
Aww.
Right, we need to see that puppet hedgehog.
Is it like Sonic?
Yeah, is it like Sonic? Can you tweet us or Facebook message us? Roberta White said, first day of school summer holidays, going to the beach, which was right on our doorstep, and swimming in the North Sea. Dawn Kirk said, I've got so many I can't pick one. Robert Bishop stopped because of the cars.
Can I read one?
Of course you can. Hayley Ball.
Sitting on our Scotty armchair with Mum and John reading Roald Dahl.
And that's something you like doing, isn't it? Reading Roald Dahl?
Yep.
What are you reading at the minute, Zaid? Matilda? Yeah, good one. Alan Cass?
Probably Christmas. Oh, wrong one.
You've just called Alan Eve. Alan, your new name is Eve, my friend.
You said Alan because
Get used to it. Eve, you're now Alan. All right?
I just went to the large paragraph because it's where the most writing is.
There you go.
Going home on summer evenings from the park when I got too dark to play. I'll probably just read the next one as well.
Yeah. Alan, or is it Eve, or is it Alan? It's now Eve.
Probably Christmas. I was at my nan and granddad's, but we'd go for about a week at Christmas. My nan would start stockpiling the stuff in the spare room. My granddad would buy about 50 crackers and sellotape them to the picture rail, and we'd pull them from about the 20th until his birthday on the 28th.
Amazing. Louise said everything to do with my dad, and Louise's dad was an absolute legend. Mark O'Halloran said family holidays in Cornwall, and Steve Dan said the Lido in Vicky Park. You've got to read Justin's one.
Watching Wonder Woman on Saturday night and the secretly spinning around and becoming her during school playtimes.
Yeah, I can imagine you doing that actually, Justin. Richard Jones said being around my nan and granddad's in Bow, having to be quiet while my granddad did the football pools, then going up the Roman road with him while he haggled the shopkeepers and chatted up the women in the shops. Taking your granddad out to chat up women. Yeah, good one.
You took us to the red light district, so like...
We don't talk about that. That was an accident. That was an accident.
You sure?
I didn't go on purpose.
Can I read this one?
Yeah, Cassie Dames.
It's Mummy!
Yeah, said.
The memory of my childhood was Live Aid.
Live Aid.
Live Aid Day. We had every TV, radio on in our house all day. And when Queen came on, our living room erupted. We had people with their heads through our front room windows so they could join in.
Do you know what Live Aid is?
No.
It was a massive concert in the late 80s, I think. To do fundraising to help people. And they had all of the biggest bands at the time come and perform in London. Mummy always just asked Mummy about Live Aid and sit back for about 2 hours because she absolutely loves.
Wait for the PowerPoint presentation.
Wait for the 47-page PowerPoint presentation on Live Aid. But no,
the well constructed.
You know why I love Mummy telling that story about Live Aid. Because you see her eyes change and she gets excited about it. It's amazing. Ask her about it, Soph. It's a really good story. Kelly Crouchman said, watching Big Daddy and Giant Haystack with my granddad on a Sunday. Now, I used to do that. Wrestling on a Sunday used to be on when I was a kid. Carol Staunton said, going to my nan and granddad during the school holidays and they took us to a different seaside every weekday. And Russell Dame said, the hours I spent playing sensible World of Soccer. So Russell's childhood memories is of him sitting alone in a room.
Surprised you didn't talk about a gold Commodore.
Oh, I'll save me just ranting about my Commodore 64 until
and
Friday.
your big afro and...
Probably. So apparently we're having trouble with our sound, so apologies if you can't hear us particularly well. Nick, morning Nick. And that is it for another show.
This is it.
And hopefully we will see you next time.
We will be back